Hey everyone, are you brave enough to explore the world's spookiest places with me? We're talking creepy castles, haunted forests, and places with bone-chilling stories. Let's jump right into the top 7 haunted places with spine-chilling histories. First up, we're heading to the famous Tower of London. This place is so old it feels like the walls are whispering secrets. The tower has seen everything: kings and queens, prisoners, and even executions. One of the most famous ghosts here is Anne Boleyn, King Henry VIII's wife. She was beheaded here, and people say they've seen her ghost, a white, see-through figure floating through the halls. People have heard voices when no one's around and felt sudden chills, making the tower a hotspot for spooky happenings. Imagine a forest at the bottom of a mountain, where the sunlight barely reaches the ground. That's Aokigahara in Japan, a place people call the Sea of Trees. It's beautiful but scary, a place where people sometimes go to disappear. Visitors have said they feel watched, like something is following them. Compasses go crazy and whispers seem to come from the trees themselves, inviting you deeper into the darkness. Deep in Louisiana is the Myrtles Plantation, a beautiful old mansion with a dark past. This place has seen sadness and pain, and some say those feelings never left. The most famous ghost here is Chloe, a slave girl who died a terrible death. The story goes that she was punished for listening in on her master's conversations and had her ear cut off. Angry, Chloe poisoned a cake, killing 2 of the master's daughters. She was hanged for her crime. Now, people say Chloe's angry spirit still wanders the plantation. They see her reflection in mirrors and feel her cold presence. And Chloe's not alone. At least 12 other ghosts are said to haunt this place, each with their own sad story. In France, there's a grand castle called Château de Brissac, haunted by a sad ghost they call the Green Lady. They say she was Charlotte de Brissac, murdered by her husband after he found out she had an affair. People who visit the castle say they've seen her ghost, a woman in a green dress, her face frozen in a silent scream. Her eyes seem to look right through you, showing the horror of her last moments. Some have even heard her heartbreaking cries echoing in the halls. It's a place where the line between the living and the dead feels very thin. Picture a lonely island near Venice, Italy called Poveglia Island. It's a small place with a heavy feeling of dread. For centuries, this island was used to quarantine people sick with the plague. It was a place where people were sent to die alone. Later it became a mental asylum, a place where terrible things were done to patients. Today the island is abandoned, a reminder of suffering and pain. Visitors are not allowed, but those who dare to go there tell scary stories, voices without bodies, sudden chills, and the feeling of being watched. Some even say they were touched or pushed by something they couldn't see. High up in the Colorado mountains is the Stanley Hotel, a grand old hotel that inspired Stephen King's famous scary book, The Shining. Stephen King himself had a creepy experience while staying at the Stanley, which gave him the idea for his book. Guests have reported all sorts of strange things, voices and footsteps when no one's there, ghostly figures, and things moving on their own. The hotel's music room is said to be especially active, with people hearing ghostly piano music coming from the empty room. The hotel's beautiful exterior hides a dark and unsettling past. Imagine a castle on top of a hill, overlooking the city of Edinburgh, Scotland. That's Edinburgh Castle, a place full of history and mystery. One of the most famous stories is about the ghost of a piper. The legend says that hundreds of years ago there were secret tunnels under the castle. A piper offered to explore them, his music guiding those above. He went deeper and deeper, his music fading until it finally stopped. The piper was never seen again, but some say you can still hear his haunting music in the castle's tunnels. Fade out to a misty graveyard with text. Thanks for watching. Would you be brave enough to visit these haunted places? Tell us what you think in the comments, and subscribe for more spooky adventures. Outro music fades out.